Hello and welcome to the second, well, I guess second or first, it depends on your point of view, video of Operation Fit Gamer. I'm Edward Chrysler. We've already done the introductions. You know who I am, so let's just move on from there. There are a lot of things. I've been obese for, gosh, over 2 decades, and I've fought through this a lot. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you everything that you have to do because I don't know everything that you have to do. I've made a lot of mistakes. But what I can talk to you about and what I want to talk to you about today is some of my experiences and some of the things I've learned over 2 decades of dealing with this and 50 plus years of life. So, we're going to begin with the toughest thing about getting fit, the hardest thing, the most difficult thing to get your head around and the one that people don't ever think about, making the decision to do it. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, that's easy. I decided I'm going to get fit. And then you're going to decide you're going to get fit. And what's going to happen? Well, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you're going to be doing it. Everything's going to be awesome. And it's going to be amazing. And it's going to be so cool. And then something will stop you. It's happened to all of us. It's happened to all of us multiple times. If I made money for every time I stopped trying to get fit, I'd have retired already. It happens to us all the time. The reason is we don't truly make the decision. Now I'm going to wax a little philosophical and a little spiritual on you for a moment. Forgive me. Religions teach us that we are made in the image of God. And we're going to use the Christianity faith to form the basis of what I'm about to discuss. In Christianity, God is shown to be a threefold manifestation of a single being: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Spirit, the intellectual or Father, and then the physical manifestation. Well, there's a truth to this because we humans are a threefold being. Do you think I'm wrong? Let's go through this, okay? We have our intellect, we have our emotions, and then we have our body. And all three of them are who we are. They're a combination, they culminate into the person you are. But, now here comes the but that most people don't think about. They don't all three always get along. Now you think I'm wrong, okay? I'm a fat man, and I walk into a restaurant, and there's a big plate with a delicious looking chocolate cake on the plate, okay? My brain is going, you don't need the chocolate cake. My emotions are going, that looks delicious. I'm not so sure. And my body's going, give me the chocolate cake. That's what I mean by being a threefold being. We have a constant battle, especially with fitness, a constant battle between what our minds tell us we should do, what our emotions tell us we want to do, and what our body tells us it's going to do. And that's the tough part we face. Now, what I mean about making the decision is you've got to get at least two of those three parts to agree to make a true, lasting, committed decision. And this is something most of us just don't do. We don't make that committed decision. We don't make that lasting decision to move forward. We have to if we want to progress. For me to lose weight, I had to make that decision. For you to get up, maybe just get up out of your chair and move a little bit. You have to make that decision and you have to commit to it. Because if you can't commit to the decision, all it's going to take is one bad day, one upset person, one bad feeling, one missed game, one bad game, one piece of chocolate cake is all it's going to take to make that decision unravel unless you've committed to the decision. Now, everybody has a different reason they make the decision. I'm going to share mine. And by the way, If you want to share yours, head over to our Facebook page. There'll be links in the description. Head over to our Facebook group, join up. Head over to catch me on Twitter. Do that. Leave comments below. Let us hear your story, because that's what we want to hear. We want to hear others that have done this. So for me, I've been like many of you, and I've made the decision and failed, and you get kind of sick of it after a while. For me, the change came in June of this year. In June of this year, I have what I tell people was my mortality moment. Now, most people, when they have that mortality moment, it's usually around a heart attack or a stroke or a major accident, something like that, or a good friend dying, something that makes them look at their mortality as approaching. Mine was actually an emotional moment. In June of this year, I've been fighting with relationships within my family. Relationships that should be simple, that should be just certain, and they're not. I've had to chase these relationships. I've had to fight to keep these relationships. And it's been one-sided. The other side just isn't interested. And that's emotionally tearing on you. That just rips you up. It guts you inside. When you have this, forgive me, my nose is running. It's that time of year. And for me, it was looking at these relationships and making the realization that I'm 54. I've got 20, 25 years left, if I'm lucky, at the rate I was going. Did I want to spend those 20 to 25 years miserable, chasing relationships? No, I don't want to do that. I want to be happy. I want to enjoy my life. I want to have joy. I want to have happiness. I don't want to be sad and wondering what I've done wrong and what I can do to fix things. And no, I don't have time for what ifs anymore. Now it's time for let's go now. Let's do now. So we'd made the emotional decision, but then I looked in the mirror. And we've all done this. We looked in the mirror and you see that gut hanging down, or if you're a woman, you see other things hanging down, and you see the stuff hanging down, and you go, damn, when did I get like this? Well, I didn't say when did I get like this. I've been like this for a while. But I said enough of this too. And I made the commitment that I was not going to spend the next 20 to 25 years just sitting in this chair, or any chair for that matter. I was not going to spend that time with all this weight. I was not going to spend that time with the potential health risks. I was going to go out. I was going to make a change. I was going to do this, and damned everyone else. This was for me. That's an important part of the commitment, the decision, is it's got to be for you. It can't be for everyone else. It's got to be for you. So I made that decision. Now, that decision for me came about a little different than where we're going here, and we'll get into more details of stuff later in other episodes. We're going to keep these videos kind of short because I want to hear your stories more than I want to tell mine. Because I want you guys to inspire me. Keep me honest. Keep me going. So I went to my doctor, and the 1st of July, we began the process of moving me toward bariatric surgery. Now, we're looking at the bariatric sleeve procedure. We're not looking at gastric bypass. And as we moved into it, I made the decision, not only was I going to do this, I committed to doing it. I mean, really doing it. I had to be completely honest with myself. I had to force myself. I had to move. And the good news is that decision is working out for me. We've actually changed our plans a little bit. We may be not doing the surgery because I found that by committing to this, by getting serious about this, I'm losing the weight anyway. It's coming off anyway. My fitness levels are way up anyway. And we're going to talk about the benefits of all that in other episodes. We got a whole lot of episodes. But the focus here is you have to commit to this decision. You have to decide. It doesn't matter if I hurt in the morning. I'm going to get up and walk. It doesn't matter if I'm not feeling good. I'm gonna move around. I'm going to be more physically active. I'm going to get out of this chair. I'm not telling you you've got to go on a crash course diet. I'm not telling you you need to go to a gym. I'm not telling you you need to hire a dietitian and a nutritionist and a cook to cook you proper meals. I'm not telling you you need to buy $1,000 bicycle or go spend $800 a year in gym membership, okay? I'm one of you. I've got limited funds. I've got to work with what I have to work with. So what we're going to be discussing are ways you can do this reasonably priced. That is something that's easy for you to accomplish. But like I said, today is all about this commitment. And if you can't make this commitment, you can't succeed. You have to put everything else behind you. Nothing else matters. Relationships, your video games. God, I know that one's hard. So's relationships, by the way. I didn't mean to gloss that over. All of this has to be about you making this commitment. And once you make this commitment, you're on your way to becoming a fit gamer. So I invite you to come join us on Facebook in the links below. On YouTube, you could post comments here. I've actually got an email address set up, operationfitgamer@outlook.com, if you want to send some emails and let us know how you're doing. I want to hear your stories. Oh, and I had somebody ask, how do I get one of these cool Operation Fit Gamer t-shirts? Well, I'm not going to be taking them to LAN parties because I don't want to hand these out like candy. I've got 200 of these shirts. Sapphire has sponsored us with 200 shirts, all made up. These are nice, soft, easy material, lightweight, super thin, great for working out in. Not in the middle of winter unless you got an undershirt on. But they're great shirts. How you can get them is really easy. You need to be a part of the Operation Fit Gamer community, and you need to be participating, which means discussing things with us, doing things with us, telling us your story, and you need to show us that you're actively engaged in this movement. If you are, and you're in North America, I'm going to send you a shirt. And then I'll expect a picture on Facebook telling us about your shirt and what you're doing as becoming a fit gamer. So, I'm going to sign off for now. This weekend, by the way, while you're watching this, I'm at PDX LAN in Portland. So if you're out there, come by and say hi. Better yet, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday morning if you're out there. No, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday morning if you're out there and you're at the hotel. Come on out to the gym where I'm going to be each of those mornings working out. You can come down there and be part of Operation Fit Gamer right there with me. And I'd love to have you hanging out. We can chat while we're on the elliptical or something. That's something we could all do together. So in the meantime, remember, unless you've committed to this decision, unless you've made this decision down inside your being and committed to it, you can't succeed. So think about it, work through it, but when you do it and become a fit gamer. I'm Ed Chrysler, and I'll see you next week.